Here are all the things we set out to memorize, and we did. Let's put boxes around them. This kind of thing is called a table. And like most tables, we put numbers across the top and down the side, so we can find things. For instance, if we wanted to find 4 times 5, we'd look along the 4 and the 5 and find 4 times 5. Okay, now let's look down this long diagonal. This is where we found the square numbers. There's 1 times 1, which is 1, 4, 9, 16, and so on. The square numbers that we memorized. Now this diagonal also has a symmetry about it. There's 5 times 4 and there's 4 times 5, and they both have the same value. So that helps us out a lot as we're trying to fill in this table. Now the next diagonal that we looked at was this one. This used a trick where we had a number, say, that was 1 bigger than 4, and a number that was 1 less than 4. Then 5 times 3 is 1 less than 4 times 4. So on the diagonal, we have 3 times 1, so that's 2 times 2, take away 1, which is 3, and of course, up here 2. And then we have 3 times 3, take away 1, is 8, and up there 2. And so on all the way down the diagonal. Now the next diagonal has numbers where the top number is 1 bigger than the lower number. That was the trick with Kevin and Kate. Remember them? We have 8 times 7 equals 7 times 7 plus 7. So we have 2 times 1 is 1 times 1 plus 1. And the next entry is 2 times 2 plus 2. And so on all the way down the line. And we will have done almost half of this table. That's good progress, don't you think? Next we have the times 1 row and column. Well, that's easy. We can just write that in right away. And then we have the times 2. That's almost as easy, because that's just adding a number to itself. Now let's do the nines row and column.
Hey, look! This is fun. 1 more 10 and 1 less 1. And so on right down the line, until you get to 9 times 9.
That just leaves these few. We had a bunch of tricks for this, but we won't review it now. Just put the numbers in. And this is the multiplication table that many people learn these combinations from. So now we have 3 ways to learn the combinations. We have flashcards, of course. And then we have the multiplication table. And finally, we have our tricks and songs. Whatever way you use, you'll eventually learn how to do these combinations by remembering them. And then you'll be ready for the next step in learning multiplication. But for now, let's close this volume and pay a visit to Primitive Man.